Today I want to talk about 10 reasons that you should do a daily vlog immediately. Starters, it's a ton of fun. Just the actual process of shooting and trying to do something new every day, and also shooting and editing that footage, hanging out in the editing room, getting to learn the editor better. It's a really good time, especially if you're into video production. If you're not, probably not going to be your thing. Making an effort to go out and shoot something new every day and to edit that footage is just a really good time in and of itself, especially if you're a creative type who likes to create new things every day. I mean, isn't that enough reason to do anything, really? Reason number 2 for doing a daily vlog, it forces you to be more adventurous. You don't necessarily have to go skydiving over the Mojave Desert or anything, but maybe picking up a longboard will be enough. Because truthfully, if you have to do a daily vlog, you kind of have to find a way to tell a new visual story constantly. And if I just had to tell the same story over and over about working in a cube farm all day, it would get pretty boring pretty fast. So it has a way of kind of forcing you out of your comfort zone and to experience a little bit more of life, which I think is traditionally probably a good thing. Reason number 3, it's a huge help with anxiety. Now I'm getting kind of personal here, but the truth is I've suffered with anxiety for most of my life. And while I got it mostly under control since my college years, doing a daily vlog actually helps it a lot more even. Every now and then it still creeps up on me, but the truth is, your mind just can't concentrate on 2 different things at once. So if you're doing something productive, creative, and self-fulfilling, like doing a daily vlog for example, you're constantly focused on how you can tell a better story or entertain other people, or really just how to do something awesome for yourself. So if you're thinking about that, it's really hard to worry about any kind of imaginary catastrophe that might happen that in all likelihood never will happen. So it's a huge help in that regard, and if you suffer from anxiety, I highly recommend it. However, I should point out I am in no way a trained medical professional, and that is better left to people like Kyle who actually are skilled in making people's brains work better. Reason number 4, if you're into videography by trade or endearing passion the way that I am, it will make you a better shooter. There's just no 2 ways about it. This is especially true if you tend to spend a lot of time in the same environment. For instance, I tend to stay in my home and then I go to work and, whatever adventures I can squeeze in, I can certainly shoot, but by and large, I'm in the same environment a lot of the time, which in turn forces me to do different things to make those shots more interesting. So if you're in the middle of doing a vlog and you want to make things more interesting, you will become a better shooter just by nature of the fact that you have to do it constantly, every single day. Shoot things from a new angle, do a time lapse, shoot it in black and white, shoot it at a Dutch angle. There are millions of ways that you can mix up your shot, make a composition more interesting, and it ultimately makes for a better visual story. Another reason you should consider it, number 5, is it's your own personal time capsule. 60-year-old Josh will be able to look back at the rampant jackassery of 30-year-old Josh fondly and whenever he wants, theoretically forever. After all, nothing really ever dies on the internet, so there's an incredibly high chance that I will eventually ruin my race for Senate using this thing. But the fact remains, that's a cool reason to do a vlog. You just kind of get to document your own history, time with friends, loved ones, family members, in this way that will just kind of never go away and you'll always be able to look back on it fondly. And that's the cool thing. If anything horrible happens, you can just edit it out. Seriously, I've fallen like 6 times doing this. You're never going to see it. Number 6, you will make all kinds of new online friends. I'm not just talking about people who comment on YouTube either. If you put your workout on Twitter or Facebook or any place else like that, people will usually be quick to respond to it. Will there be a range of dickbags? Yes, but that's not a problem limited to the internet. That happens in every social structure you've got dickbags. Time is the ultimate currency, so when someone's willing to bless you with an amount of their time, you should take that very seriously because it's a precious resource that they're just not making any more of. And if somebody takes the time to appreciate something that you're doing, you should take the time to appreciate that they appreciate what you're doing, and it's a giant kind of reciprocal happiness circle jerk. Actually, I don't have to throw a word for that. You will make all kinds of new people. You'll meet other creators. You'll meet other fans of other vlogs. You will find other vlogs to inspire you. And just by nature of the fact that you're doing it constantly, people will engage with you, and you get this great opportunity to engage with other people. They'll think your stuff's cool. You will think their stuff's cool. And you have this amazing chance to connect with people online in a way that you just wouldn't have otherwise if you hadn't gone out there and shot something every day. The flip side, of course, to online friends is naturally offline friends. You'll make a ton of new friends just going out and doing what you do. I made all kinds of new friends at jury duty, a place historically valued on about the same level as, insurance seminars. People generally are not fond of jury duty, and that is one of the least likely places you should be trying to shoot video if you don't want to get arrested. And yet, I did that, and it went out pretty good. I met all kinds of cool new people, and while some people will think you're very weird for doing so, as a general rule, people are just interested. Why would you take the time? Because weird attracts people. If you see me panicking, it's because things got a little quick just now. Oh God! Alright, sorry for a brief delay there, but I assure you my phone is fine. I'm sure some of you were concerned about that since I broke it just 2 days ago. But no, what I was saying about meeting offline friends is, yes, it's kind of weird to run around with a camera and shoot stuff constantly and be that guy who's constantly like, oh yeah, could you do that thing one more time so I get a better shot? You have to be that person, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, people find it kind of interesting. And it is interesting, because you're the one who's taken the time to take the mundane of the day and turn it into something interesting that people will appreciate. I shudder to think the people I wouldn't have met if I hadn't taken the time to do this daily vlog. So, number 8 would be that it makes you a better editor. Kind of in tandem with making you a better shooter whenever you're doing it every day. If you have to put out a new video every day, you naturally will become very, very proficient very quickly in whatever editing software that you choose to use. Me, myself, I'm a huge fan of Final Cut Pro X, and one of the things that I've learned, just a quick example, one of the things that I learned how to do more efficiently was to log all my footage. Used to be that I would just drag everything, separate it by date, and be done with it, but now I learned that it's actually far more helpful to kind of log things with more effective keywords, things like driving shots, exteriors, interiors, close-ups, tag people by name and so forth. That way, if I ever have to go back to like old footage for any future project, it's very easy to find a shot that I'm looking for very quickly. And that's something that I probably wouldn't have come to unless I was accumulating a large volume of footage and editing it on a regular basis. So number 8 makes you a better editor for sure. Number 9 is you will find tons of new camera gear to play with. I'm talking cameras, sliders, lenses, action tripods, tripod mounts, tons and tons of stuff. But I would urge you, do not run out and max out your credit card just yet. Make sure you're going to stick with vlogging first. When I first decided I was going to do this 100-day vlog, I was like, I'm going to do 100 days of vlogging. I should go out and get a camera for this purpose. A Canon G7X will do nicely. Thank you, sir. But then Jason pointed out quite correctly in his infinite wisdom that maybe that wasn't the best idea. Instead, he pointed out, why don't you see if you can do 100 days with just your phone? Then maybe you reward yourself with the Canon G7X. And that was a brilliant idea for 2 reasons. One, he's right. It is more fulfilling to know that you already banged out 100 days worth of work and can justify a camera because you know you'll use it at that point. And 2, the bigger reason for me, the thing that I really liked about that challenge, was that it was in fact a challenge. Working within the restriction of using only your phone makes you better. And then you'll appreciate the more expensive toys whenever you move up to them after you've had a chance to kind of cut your teeth on, kind of a lower end sort of tool. That's the thing though. Every single shot that I've done on this vlog, save for maybe 1 or 2, has been done with the iPhone. And I did that specifically because I wanted to work within restrictions and see if I could make something awesome using just a phone. Now, I wouldn't say I shoot the best stuff in the world, but I don't think it's too shabby either. So, the point is, even though there are a lot of toys, you're going to discover a whole world of new stuff out there when you start vlogging and checking out other vlogs and seeing the gear that other vloggers use. Maybe sit tight for a little bit until you go out and make a big purchase. Make sure you're going to stick with it, that you dig it first. Alright, number 10, you will develop a web presence or a brand, personal brand, very quickly. And personal branding is one of those things that I think is really, really important in our day and age. As rampant as piracy is in so many different industries, for example, nobody can ever copy you. People might try to copy your style, they might try to, tackle the same niche or, the same topics that you cover in your web presence, but they're never gonna do it in quite the same way that you do. And I think that's a really cool thing, is because it's one of those things, it's like your personality itself is like this watermark that lets people know, everything that you're putting out there is authentically you. And I think that's a really, really neat thing, and I think it goes a long way towards building a personal brand. And again, day in, day out, shooting video, you're just gonna see those things kind of start to shake out naturally, which is a lot of fun. So that is 10 reasons why I think that everybody should start vlogging immediately. If you guys have a vlog or you're thinking of starting one because you watched this video, please tell me about it in the comments below. Hit me up on Twitter, I'm there all day. Would love to know, what you're about, what you're shooting, and kind of get some insight into, the kind of web presence that you're building. So anyways, thank you again so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. All right, later.